Hello everyone, and now welcome to game number 2. Game 1 already in the books, a very fast game between Rudan and Hawk. We'll see what goes down this time around as Hawk has spawned as the light blue human player on the top left hand side of the map, this time on Tyrannus stand. Meanwhile, on the bottom right we have Hawk spawning as the red night elf. No, excuse me, Rudan spawning as the red night elf. We'll see what goes down this time around. Things just went extremely well for Hawk. Perhaps Rudan has played a little bit too many night elf mirror matches and now needs to get back into the groove with going up against a human player. Now, what are we going to be seeing from these players? And in terms of strategies, I really don't know yet. Just trying to figure all of this out. As you can see, a tree of life just slowly adding in more and more wisp to the army. It is an earlier altar of elders this time around, so it looks like it will be a demon hunter. Let's wait for it. No, it's gonna be a warden. So an early warden this time around, and it will be going up against a mountain king. All right, mountain king generally very strong against the warden, not quite so much against the demon hunter, as the demon hunter is able to mana burn and neutralize the storm bolts of that mountain king. Interesting to note how important and how mana reliant some of the human heroes are. Mountain King and Paladin are very mana reliant. Meanwhile, Blade Master and Demon Hunter are not nearly as mana reliant. Coming around, we are looking at Hawk starting to creep out this mercenary creep camp here at what I'll call the 3 o'clock position. Should be rather easy as Hawk now microing and controlling this Ancient of War so that it doesn't get taken down. So far so good, as the Ancient of War now switching targets, going after the Mud Golems. Mud Golem after Mud Golem will be falling as the Warden now makes its way in. The Warden is going to get slowed though, and that's part of the problems right now, as that Warden is just trying to take down a Kobold Taskmaster. We should see a Troll Shadow Priest picked up, and maybe even a Troll Berserker. Meanwhile, off to the north, the Mountain King has cleared out the Renegade Wizard and now finishing off the Rogues, and will just be a little bit shy from level 2. Now, as the players are going to figure out their strategies and figure out what they're going to be doing next, the Warden did pick up a potion of potion of invulnerability, which is very favorable, and I can't believe this, leaving behind a tome. Nope, he's not going to leave it behind. He's actually just shadow striking that poor footman. The footman now trying to run away, and that footman is going to end up just dying to that damage over time. Wait for it. One more will do it, and that Warden gets the kill, even though it is halfway across the map. Manual of Health was left behind there, and we see how important those manuals of health can be, as we are already going into a little bit of a damage. Oh, big bash right there, as this poor Troll Shadow Priest is now trying to get away. Is it going to get storm bolted? It looks like it might, as the archers are now coming in as well. All right, this poor footman, is it going to be able to get away? All it needs is a Shadow Strike. Not quite sure why the Shadow Strike is a little bit late, as there goes the Stormbolt. Troll Shadow Priest gets taken down, so does the footman, but the footman definitely worth more. All right, Troll Berserker now attempting to run away. Mountain King may get off another Stormbolt, and that is a problem. You do not want to be losing these rather expensive mercenaries, as the mercenaries cost a little bit more gold since they do not require any sort of infrastructure. No blacksmith are needed, nothing like that. No arcane sanctum, as the Warden now looking to focus off and take down one footman. No, beautifully done by Hawk again to deny that experience. So far, Hawk has been playing at a very high level and keeping track of his opponent and doing very well in those early engagements. These early engagements, if Hawk is able to continue his level advantage, will pull out ahead once he is at level 3. If he has a level 3 Mountain King well before a level 3 Warden, and there is full mana on that Mountain King with that 225 damage Stormbolt should be able to absolutely wreck the entire army. Mountain King, however, a little bit shy in terms of experience, just because he hasn't creeped nearly as difficult of creep camps as his opponent, Rudan. Rudan now looking at Ancient of War and looking to clear up this creep camp here in just a second. You can see that the Mountain King trying to pull away the aggro from the militia, doing exactly that. And we are now going into our engagement. Renegade Wizard taking a lot of damage here. Peasant's going to go ahead and finish that off, no problem. Meanwhile, down over here to the south, Warden sitting at level 2. Very, very close to level 3. Should be able to finish it or get there off of these 2 Kobold Geomancers. I believe off of those 2 Kobold Geomancers. And, oh, wait, no, only needed 1. I was off by 4 experience. My apologies, or 5. As the Warden, now sitting at level 3, has a very important Shadow Strike option. Mountain King sitting at level 3 and also picked up a bit of a lucky item, the Sobi Mask, and does have a Clarity Potion already to try and replenish that mana even further. Huntresses now running off to the north. You can see the Mountain King gonna go ahead and quickly drop some items, now ready to go and come back to defend. Here comes the Huntresses. Huntresses going after the Footmen. The Footmen, oh, there is a Wana mana stealing, and that Mountain King losing a bit of needed mana, as we now see that the Footmen are going to easily take down this poor unsuspecting Troll Berserker. Alright, no, not taken down. Not quite sure why. There was a handful of units that could have taken it out very easily. Instead, Hawk needed to actually waste 75 mana to ensure the kill, even though he had it much earlier. That Mountain King now being forced to use a Clarity Potion to at least get some mana, while he wasted that 75 mana just moments ago. Footmen now making their way over. Are they going to be able to perhaps stop this attack? Yes, it looks like they will. There is another Wana mana stealing. The Mountain King now down to 50 mana in a very bad way, unable to do anything. And there is the GG by Hawk this time around, and Rudan takes game number 2. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Hope you guys enjoyed it.